But they're not performing any kind of
No.
police function, make sure alcohol doesn't come in and out.
I wouldn't be hiring anybody telling them they're coming in to do public security. I'd be hiring them to be essentially say that keep oversight, be vigilant, keep control, make sure no one's coming in, the right people coming in and out with the right things that they're also coming in and out of. You know, I wouldn't be, yeah. Like you say, I understand what you're saying when you said Hells Angels actually, and then you realise why you're getting into this, but yeah. The last thing I want at a family event is some guy with his skin and thinking that he's there to beat up a bunch of kids.
Yeah, just to be clear, the people that you were hiring are not coming in to replace police, they're performing a different function.
Essentially, yeah, just which would be the function that we've used the police for in the past, which is vigilance.
So, do we need to just have a clarification wording in there? Would you?
Well, I don't, Trustee Bachor's going to propose an amendment to my motion, that's fine.
I mean, we have it on video, so I think we're pretty clear on, like Trustee Warren said, what it is that we're requesting.
I don't know all the questions.
Okay.
I need clarification. So they've got a special event permit that goes Glendale to Kensington. The liquor extension permit just goes just to the driveway in the Kensington. Okay, I just want to be clear that the liquor won't move up to Glendale.
Yeah. Well, if we're technically moving that, we can, but then we'd have to mess around with all that, and honestly, we've got a department with no intention to move.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor and a second.
I'd like to amend the motion.
Trustee Bachors.
I'd like to amend the motion to, I don't know how to do this, but basically to...
But let's read back the motion.
Yeah, please read back the motion.
Trustee Amenta moved, second by Trustee Carpenter, to approve the application for a special event permit, temporary extension of premise and short-term cabaret license for 3 Lions Pub on July 15, 2018 for the 2018 World Cup Finals from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., including the recommendations from Public Works Department, Planning and Development to have the location be from Kensington to Glendale, and recommending 3 Lions provide private security.
So change the term private security, right?
I would just remove the private security aspect, and I'm going to say this for a couple of reasons. One, we have a responsible business owner here who has been running an establishment in our village. So for us to micromanage and all of a sudden tell them that you need to do X, Y, or Z in order to maintain your license, to keep your liquor license, which we just, all these kind of things, also I think is a little not draconian, but, beyond our bounds here. And if we can't decide if they need the police or not the police, I don't know.
Yeah, because I will do it,
Well, I mean.
Yeah.
Would you consider saying, acknowledging there will be event management, additional event management staff on? That'll.
Fine.
Second.
I like that. Even though it's something you don't say really.
It's the same thing, take out the word security guard, and you just say, with acknowledgement, that there will be, that the operator will be providing
appropriate amount of staff for
advanced event management.
Oh.
We got that, guys. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I just meant that you didn't get into that.
Did I second? Did anyone second this?
I did. Okay. Any further discussion?
I just want to say that given that I'm thinking also in the future about this, and I think in the future, I'm not concerned about this particular event, given the nature of the event and that it's 10 o'clock in the morning and how, but other events such as shenanigans, more nighttime oriented events, more alcohol oriented events, I think I would want to have some requirements in terms of security. So I'm thinking more in terms of setting a template for the future for the events policy, not necessarily just for that. Anyway.
Can I just speak to that? I totally agree with you on that front. The only thing, but what I'm saying is, my fear with where the board's going to go with this recommendation is an absolute blanket. And a lot of these events don't need a blanket, they just need a bit of common sense. And there's going to be flexibility, Because like I say, if you do it based upon numbers, then it might hurt the village in the long run when we do the bike race, And then men's club. So I just think where trustee the over is saying, I think there's times and places where it's absolutely out. So I understand that. I'm fearful when we do the policy that we don't blanket everybody for every event. You know.
Thank you, and we'll talk more about that when we get policy at the next meeting. So we do have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Wait, on the amendment.
On the amendment.
On the amendment, I'm sorry, we have a motion and a second on the amended, we have amended motion and a second.
And does everyone understand what will happen if you vote yea or nay on the amendment?
But you're voting whether to amend the motion, then if it is amended, then you vote on the motion as amended.
As amended,
As amended.
correct.
So you're
Okay.
deciding whether or not to amend.
Yes.
So it
Yep.
doesn't mean that the motion will pass if you vote.
Correct, so you're
Right,
just
that's
voting
what
on the
you
amendment.
We have two new trustees here.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. So we have an amended motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
3.
3 nays, so 4-3, the amendment passes. And now we will take a vote on the amended motion, or the motion as amended. Any discussion?
I still will vote no.
Okay.
I would still vote no. I think it's a large event with 6,000 people, and you know, we've been lucky, but you know, these are tough times in our country, and you never know.
Well, I also,
Trustee McKay.
I also think that we have had police at these events in the
Right.
past, so this isn't a deviation and it's not excessive, it's not in addition. It's what we have taken as recommendation in the past, and I see no reason not to. We have staff who are experts for a reason, and we are thinking for an entire community, not just ourselves and what we're comfortable with.
And just a point of clarification, in this event, we have not had police officers, correct?
No, we had it for the shenanigans and one other event. So there's been 2 in total we've had.
I just want to make,
It might have been the
There
World
were
Cup
one
one.
of
It
those-
was, in fact, it was the first one was World
Yes.
Cup because that was our first time event.
Yes.
So we felt comfortable doing that. Second one was Shorewood shenanigans. So it was for the World Cup last
Yeah,
time
it
as well.
was.
But again, it was one of those, yeah, of course, it's first time event, but we sat down with families and watched TV.
Well,
okay,
so
so, Trustee McKay?
I would like to clarify, for you it might have been you agreed to it because it was a first time event.
Yeah.
I voted yes because I was
because-
comfortable with that being the standard.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to
Thank you.
clarify
Yeah.
for.
Okay, so, any
I might want to
further?
reconsider my amendment, can I do that?
It's done.
It's already
Oh,
passed.
yes, if she voted yes for something, she can.
You don't have to vote for it if you don't.
Okay.
So just for clarification.
You can amend the amendment.
So the amended motion now is that we're recommending that they have appropriate event management staff. But we're not saying, we're just
We're not
not
calling
calling
it.
it security.
Correct.
So, sorry.
Trustee Bachers.
The recommendation for the police officers did not come from the police department.
Correct.
So the public safety professionals did not recommend that we need public security.
No, staff
Um,
Yeah.
I'm a little confused on that.
Yeah, I would,
So, chief member, if you could help, it'd be great.
yes. I mean, the application was presented to us, and village manager asked us for our input, and that was our recommendation on, based upon 6,000 people, we're almost doubling our population. You know, again, it's up to you. The trouble is that, you know, we have one incident and it takes my entire staff. But I think they have shown that they can do it too. So I cannot not recommend something with 6,000 people.
Yeah.
I would be not doing my job. But if you want to find a different way to do it and manage it, that's fine. I'll probably still put an additional staff member on because I think I'm responsible for public safety. And whether or not we have them stand there or they pay for it, I just think that we need probably at least somebody. So I would probably consider that anyway, and we would pay that cost, but that's cost of doing business as well, I guess. So that's just my feedback. I mean, it's tough. It's tough for, I'm not gonna go on record and say, nope, you don't need anybody. And then the worst case scenario happens and everyone will be pointing their fingers at me.
And us.
So.
President Ojek,
Trustee Roberts.
sorry, but when I asked before the same question, I thought I got a different answer. And I might be mistaken, and I apologize, but,
I think it was staff. I think, yeah, because it was a staff recommendation, wasn't it, initially, but we just asked the chief and then all got pulled.
so, Chief, I would like to ask a clarification question. Since this is obviously a very politically sensitive discussion we're all having right now. 2 officers at the beginning, like the whole 8 hours?
We can certainly look at that as shortening that time period up, for sure.
Could you go,
What's that?
could you cut back the amount of officers?
I don't know, yeah, so trustee Buckhorst, if you want to ask, you
I
ask
do.
a question.
I do think that's reasonable. I mean, we have to shut the road down, so it's gonna take my staff to do that, to help shut the road down and do those things, so I could probably use the existing officers for that. And we can, you know, if you heard, the game's over at 1. So now we're from 1 to 6, what are we doing, you know? So, you know, so maybe that's the time period where we have somebody, or we do it from 2 to 6, or the last couple hours, or, you know, it's tough. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not trying to put any, you know, due burden on anybody, but I just, it's something we have to consider. I think that's a policy decision by the board on how they want to deal with this. And there's plenty of ways to crack the egg, but if in fact there's 6,000 people, whether it be in 1 block or 2 blocks, that's a lot of people for anything.
Point of
And so-
clarification, is it 6,000 in one's time, or is it 6,000 throughout the event?
Throughout is what we put on there, but there's going to be volume probably close to, if I'm shooting 4 during the game, really, haven't you? Throughout's what we put on.
But we could certainly look at narrowing those hours down towards the end of the event.
Okay, so we have, yes, trustee.
I mean, I think part of the issue is the cost of it. So if that's what's not palatable, then we could look at splitting the cost with this. But keep in mind, then we're setting a precedent. Are we gonna, I mean, basically, are we gonna haggle like this with every, I mean, I'm concerned at the level of negotiating that's going on with a motion. I mean, we have department heads for a reason.
You can call the question.
Expert, I would like to call the question.
Okay, so we have an amended motion on the floor. Sure.
Okay. The original trustee Amenta moved and trustee Carpenter seconded to approve the application for a special event permit, temporary extension of permit, short-term cabaret license for 3 Lions Pub on July 15, 2018, and the 2018 World Cup Finals from 10 to 6 p.m. with including the recommendation from the Public Works Department and Planning and Development Department, and to close from Kensington to Glendale, and to provide appropriate event management staff.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay, 5-2, the motion passes. Thank you very much and good
Thank
luck.
you all very much, guys. Appreciate your time. Thanks for putting up with me again. Appreciate it. Thank you all for ringing. Appreciate it. Sorry for taking a lot of time now, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Cheers. Still do say it. Thank you. Still not shit.
Um,
Yeah.
So the next agenda item is to consider intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the MMSD and the Village of Shorewood to recognize the joint TMDL implementation initiatives.
This is relatively straightforward. So it's being put forth right now for your consideration. If there are any questions, we have Director of Public Works here with us, but otherwise we're looking for your consideration this evening.
Does anybody have any questions? Trustee Menta.
Yeah, could you just give a brief explanation? So it's basically that if MMSD does something, we kind of get credit for what their TMDL project, right? We get a portion of the credit.
That is correct. The MMSD uses a significant portion of their capital funding each year to implement stormwater best management practices throughout the region. As you know, all of the capital funding comes from